y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Pioneering Perspectives podcast. My name is Kirsten Tubbs. I'm the Strategic Operations Specialist at Pioneers 21, and I'll be your host for today's episode. Today, we're joined by the winner of the service track, as well as the overall winner of the P21 BMS Pitch Challenge, Felix Martinez, founder of AI Krixus. Over the 5 weeks, he went through prep sessions that were all about intellectual property, copyright, target market, patents, TAM, SAM, and SOM. He worked with P21 BMS mentors to refine his pitch, and then finally leading up to his big delivery for pitch day. Today, we're talking about what happened behind the scenes and what it really takes to win. Hello, Felix. How are you?
Thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate the opportunity, and thank you, Pioneers 21, as well, for this great opportunity and the support that I received through the journal.
Well, it's great to have you here. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what your company is. So I want to give the audience some information on a company description. So I understand that you help professionals and small business with their tasks through AI integration, automation, and et cetera. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, and basically, it's there are so many different tools to use, and some people might not know how to use them, or how can they benefit from that. And that's what we come to, help them do integration and understand their business, the process, and see how we can help them minimize and reduce friction, basically. We also help again creating a digital presence. And that's something that we have noticed there's a lot of need. So we want to help with that. And there's a lot of busy professionals in different areas that they don't have time to, to see how they can enhance their presence, their image, and their business. So we also want to help with that. Yes.
So as I understand it, AI Krixus is kind of the umbrella company, and you create many different apps for different parts of the business to help entrepreneurs and small businesses. So when you pitched at the P21 VMS Pitch Challenge, you pitched AI Krixus creating a specific app, right? So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of ideas that we transform into applications to help solve some different problems. Other ones, either because a customer expressed a situation where they were having difficult, or they don't have clarity about how to address that problem, and that's how we've been creating different applications to solve different problems with different industries. And one of them, it was C-Pilot AI. And basically that's to support gig drivers like Uber drivers or any other platform or independents that they wanted. They needed a tool that it can do a lot of things for them, but the main important pieces like keeping track of their income, expenses, mileage, do the IRS calculation for them, and basically minimize the effort that they need to do in every day, simply by having the AI integrated into the application, and it's easy for them to simply snap a picture or take a picture and upload it later for any of those necessities, and they will be saving some time. So that's one of the most important parts, the time, saving you time and enhancing the profit for them, because they will have control. They will really understand what's at the end of the day, what they really what the profit is. And that's what we want to help all these people in different areas, different platforms, so that it will be really beneficial in general. Yes.
So to me, it sounds like you're trying to solve a very unique problem for these Uber drivers and for all these other drivers. And this is way more than just asking like ChatGPT or Gemini, hey, can you do this for me? I need you to do these IRS calculations. I need you to look at all these receipts for gas mileage, etc. It's way more than that because your application is at a click of a button for these people. And that's solving a huge challenge for them. And I kind of want to talk about what it takes to build something like this. So tell me a little bit about your background and where you came up with this idea.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Michelle. My background is in cybersecurity and threat intel, antivirus, web filtering solution. And through the year, I have always had curiosity to learn. And when we start facing AI and different topics about that, it again was more curiosity to understand, to learn about it. And I joined the boot camp with Text Frontier, and it was guided by Miguel Amaya, who helped us out and teach us a lot of things. Uh, and that kind of was a seed for me to continue the learning and looking at problems in a way that it can be solved and help people. And one of those was basically the Sea Pilot AI. um, I have close understanding about how they been operated, how they been having difficult to keep up with tracking all the pieces they need, and at the end, how understand everything once it's put it together, like having like a dashboard or create a report that they can read and understand, or something that can be used for IRS purpose. So that's how it's come out with that. And other ones being like, talking with customers when they present a problem. To give you an example, there was a person that worked in landscaping, and he asked me, Felix, customer asked me, they want to see before and after of my work. And I don't know, I'm not a good artist to do drawings. And what can I do? How can you help me with something? And I said, I'm not sure if it's something creative, but we can try. If not, I'll let you know. Give me a few days. And then I create for this customer an application that they can use to take a picture. Let's say they have a project to do and they want to put a tree over here, they want to put a wall over there, and they can move elements and integrate it, and they can look basically what it will be the before and after. And of course, not 100% the way it will look, but it will get the customer
An idea.
So it really helped out. So problems like that, they get presented, they get asked, they get shared with me, and then I try to help and bring a solution. And that's how basically we created Cpilot AI.
Very interesting. So before you started Pitch Challenge, before you started the prep sessions with us, where was your company at? Were you at barely the ideation stage? Did you already have a prototype? Were you already at early customers? And what was your biggest challenge throughout that time before you applied?
Yes, well, I would say, having the curiosity to learn, and after experiencing time with Tech Frontier and learning, and a lot of independent learning as well, right? That gave me the curiosity, the initiative to create something. And I say, I have these skills, I have this knowledge, and I will feel bad to just keep it to myself. And I say, I can help some people, I can help some small business. And they spend the whole day working, whether they're electrician, plumbers, a dealership or a body shop, and they don't have time at the end of the day to maybe do publicity or create material for the business, or try to improve a process internally. And that's what we want to help. Start with a small business that they do really struggle with that, and understanding and listen to them what the problem is and how we can help.
So once you applied to the pitch challenge and you went through the prep sessions, we had some sessions where we brought in some mentors. We had 37 different mentors from our MIT licensed venture mentoring service at Pioneers 21. And throughout these prep sessions, the mentors listened to your pitch and then they gave you live feedback on the spot. And then you got to pitch again and again and again. And you did this for 3 different Saturdays, for 2 hours every Saturday. What would you say is the most valuable feedback that you received from these mentors where you were like, that's it. That's what I need to change. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to move forward with.
Yes, I would say it was not a single observation. I think it was the whole process, putting attention to every single feedback that you receive from every person and every mentor, even between peers, and that's something that it did help me a lot. Yes, it's a dedication, and we have to respect also their time, and then understand, listen to what they giving you the feedback, and adjust. Basically, if they will say it will sound better this way, or you need to take this approach, basically just listen to them and follow the instruction and improve it for good, for better. And that's what helped me out. I mean, it's not really easy saying and doing it, but it's something that needs to be done, and you need to apply yourself to that and have fun. Basically, yes, because it's so nice being interacting with so many talented people, very extreme smart people in different industry, and you have the chance and opportunity to talk with them, to listen to them, and get their feedback. And I think that's what it makes the big difference, and I'm grateful for that. Yes.
That's wonderful, Felix. So you had 5 minutes to pitch, and after those 5 minutes, you had a 3-minute Q&A from the judges. I kind of want to talk about the first time that you pitched in front of the mentors on that first prep session to the final pitch day when you presented the final delivery. What would you say, if we were to look back at that right now, what would you say was the biggest change in those 2 different versions?
Yes. Well, let me share something with you. The very first day, I was feeling a bit sick. I mean, not feeling well. And
Were you nervous or you were like
no,
sick?
I was sick. I was feeling sick,
And you still should.
yeah. I came from traveling.
Okay.
I ate something that it didn't do well on me, and it was a long traveling and then overnight. So I came on Saturday, and I was feeling really bad, and then we get score, and my score went really, really low, super low. And I said, well, it's my first page. I'm not feeling well, but I did believe in their feedback. I did believe in that I was definitely not feeling well, and I needed to make a comeback. And the next time I feel much better. I prepare better, and that started making the difference. Every time I was coming back, the preparation, the adjustment, and just continue listening, to their feedback. On the day of the pitch, I was sitting and listening, everybody and putting attention, and amazed me within the 2 different groups, the students and the business owners, and the products and the technology, from the way they walk, how they stand, their voices, the way they connect. I was looking every single piece, and I was very impressed to see from the student group, very young fellas that they conduct themselves like if they would have already 20 years in business, and very professional and intelligent. And I really feel very happy for them to see it, and some guy impressed me about their FM voice, like radio station, yeah, whoa, 1, 2, 3, and all that. It was amazing. So yeah, I put attention to all those details, and I say, this is learning here. and from everyone, and without losing your identity, without losing who you are and what you're presenting and sharing. But I really put attention on that, and that helped me out. We all have some unique things, and the way we are, our personality, and I guess a lot of pieces play really well for me. So I was very grateful and thankful.
And talk about a comeback, because that first day you said you got low scores, and then pitch day you walk out with $10,000 from 5K from the service track, and then another 5K from the overall. So talk about a comeback. That was great.
Oh yes, that was amazing. I was very excited, very happy. My wife came with me and support me, and I was very happy that she was there too. And I feel fantastic. I feel great. Uh, but just looking around, it was a hard competition. Looking all the different presenters and the ideas and technology, and then I recall thinking about there is a picture of two runners, and one of them for a second turned to the left and tried to look what the other runner was doing, and it only took 2 seconds for him to turn and get distracted, and the other guy won the competition. So I thought about that. I say, even though everybody is great, everybody's doing fantastic, I just need to focus on what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and what I need to explain and deliver, and focus on that. But I guess I did remember thinking about that, because I was impressed. I was happy to be around and be part of it, and I was impressed to see all the talented, smart people that I was competing with. So congratulations to all of them. Yes.
And I think it's like something incredible to be able to look around and see all of the innovation that's being created right here in El Paso,
Oh yes.
right here in our home. And all of these companies were built out of El Paso, and all of these ideas came from El Pasoans. So I think that's wonderful. But yes, you're right. It's also super important to, while it's great to look around and see all the talent that's being developed, it's also important to take a step back and, okay, focus on what you got to do. And I kind of want to take it to what you said earlier about not losing your identity, because I think that's something so important for people to understand, is that if you're going to present in a professional setting, it's also important to not lose who you are, because a lot of people kind of want to mold you into like this box that you have to be like this and you have to be like that and nothing else. And so it's super important that you keep your identity even if you're being professional, and you can be who you are in a professional setting. And I think you really demonstrated that, and many of the other participants did too, and you could really see who people were even if they were being professional.
Yes, definitely. And that was something that I was very happy to see, especially happening. It's like this level. It's not just happening now in the Silicon Valley, how we historically, have learned it, right? Big company growing and being built in this location. And now we see it here, and that's fantastic. And but nothing of that can be done without the support, especially what you guys are doing here at Pioneers 21. It's something unique, and it's something that is making the big difference, in the community and in the region. So, and I'm very happy that, I step in and I was welcome, and I've been guided through the whole process. And now that I wish, next year for whether it will be bigger, even if I can participate again, I'd be happy to do it. And see it growing, and continue being part. That's what I would like to see it is.
Well, you were judged in front of 9 different judges, and every single judge had a different background, different walks of life, different industry experience. So, what how did you make your delivery resonate with the judges? Did you like look at the judges beforehand and see, okay, these are the industries, this is what my information has to appeal to? Well, how did you deal with that process?
Yeah, actually, I didn't look or think about that.
Mm.
I knew there will be the people from different background and with different knowledge levels. And to me, basically, it was about focusing on explaining and delivering, and just be clear and honest about what I was presenting and sharing with them, and let them decide what it will be the score, what will be the qualification, because that's something I cannot control. So yes, what I can control is the information that I was sharing with them, and the goal and why I was doing it, and who was the people I wanted to help. So that was my focus. Yes.
So looking back at AI Krixus and how you did in the competition, I want to talk about how you were the overall winner, right? So we had 20 different ventures from the tech track, the service track, the product track, and the student track. So we had 20 plus ventures that were part of it. And you were the overall winner out of everyone. You took away the overall prize. What do you think was part of the deliberation as to why you were the one who took that home?
Uh, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because the competition was hard. There were very again, many talented people with great solutions to problems and products and name it. So that you know, I'm not really sure, but I was very happy. And again, that's something, maybe a good question for the judges. Yes, but I was very grateful for the outcome, and that told me that we're taking the first baby steps, and the result was this. So it's a motivation to continue, basically. Yes.
I think the judges really saw the potential in not only like just your pitch, but the business as it is, right? Because your market is a huge market that you've been able to tap into that is a problem that no one else has solved. So you're the first going into this market. That's a big market. And a problem that maybe others didn't realize, and maybe the drivers themselves didn't even think were problems really, and just something that they had to deal with, right? So I think the judges really saw the potential in your business model. And I think they saw a lot of potential also in the founder yourself who is backing up this business model. Because it's one thing to have a great business plan, but it's also another thing to be the founder who's leading this business and leading this structure. And I think combined with your experience as a cyber security expert, if you will, and also the business plan, like I think the judges saw a lot of potential in what you could really tap into going into C Pilot, right?
Sit by
C
AI.
Pilot.
Yes, yes, and yeah, it's something that I look into. It was in particular the 30% here in the U.S. 30% of just one platform are Spanish speaker, and there's a few small companies that are doing something similar, but they not giving the support to our Spanish community here in the U.S. And they also don't have other important tools that we integrated to
Yeah.
help them. So that's what it makes the difference, basically. And do it with her, basically. We spend a lot of time going back and forth, adjusting, not only in presentation but behind that, adjusting the way the application will work. It will, they will be useful, easy to use. So yeah, we look into all those details. So here we are, and um, now happy to be here with you.
Now that we're a week and a half from the pitch challenge, post pitch challenge, what is your plan going into the future now with that 10K that you've been able to secure as non-dilutive capital for your business? Well, what is the next step for AI Krixus?
Yes. Well, with cPilot AI, basically we will do the integration for users to be able to download it from markets, whether for iPhone or Android. And then, of course, invest on some part of that in marketing and to let users, know that there's a tool that they can use and it's going to help them. And that's the goal. And but yes, take baby steps little by little, and then continue getting feedback from Pioneers 21. Be part of the program and get some guidance and feedback. There is a lot that is being offered here, and so I'm very happy for that. Yes. Thank you.
Well, we're excited to see your next path and how you continue along with AI Krixus and with cPilot and the many other apps that you're developing. So I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being on this podcast. That's all I have for you, and that's all I have for the audience.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for sitting here with me for an hour to chit chat a little bit about how your journey was and what it really takes to win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.